I thought that we were very close with Russia to having a deal. I thought we were very close with Ukraine to having a deal. In fact, other than President Zelenskyy, his people loved the concept of the deal. We attend the meeting. We said, we'll attend the meeting if we think there's a good chance of they want me to attend, they want us to attend. And we'll be attending the meeting on Saturday in Europe if we think there's a good chance. And we don't want to waste a lot of time. We think it's negative.
In a recent press briefing, US President Donald Trump stated that he would only attend ceasefire talks if he thinks there is a good chance of a truce.
I thought that we were very close with Russia to having a deal. I thought we were very close with Ukraine to having a deal. In fact, other than President Zelenskyy, his people loved the concept of the deal. You know, we threw something out.
This is a four-part deal.
Well, there's 4 or 5 different parts. It's, a little bit complicated because you're cutting up land in a certain way. It's not the easiest thing. It's sort of like a complex real estate deal times 1,000, right? But it's a deal that would have stopped the killing of thousands of lives every month, thousands and thousands of lives, mostly soldiers, but as you know, there's some bombs being dropped. Well, there's a meeting on Saturday. We'll see whether or not we attend the meeting. We said we'll attend the meeting if we think there's a good chance of they want me to attend, they want us to attend. And we'll be attending the meeting on Saturday in Europe if we think there's a good chance. And we don't want to waste a lot of time. We think it's negative. We want it to get settled. We want to save a lot of lives.
Trump's administration had hinted on how the US president has been extremely frustrated with the Russia-Ukraine situation.
If there is a real chance of signing a peace agreement, if we feel like those meetings are worthy of someone on the United States' time this weekend, then we will send a representative. It's still up in the air whether we believe real peace can be accomplished and we can truly move the ball forward. The president is extremely frustrated with both sides of this war, and he's sick of meetings just for the sake of meeting. He doesn't want any more talk. He wants action. He wants this war to come to an end.
These statements come just after Trump's bold ceasefire pledges, with nations pinning high hopes on him to broker peace in Ukraine.
I really want to thank you, President of the United States, dear Donald, for the fact that you, as I said before, broke the deadlock with President Putin by starting that dialogue. And I think it was in February that you had the first phone call, and from there we are now where we are today. And that is, I think if we play this well, we could end this. And we have to end this. We have to stop the killing, we have to stop the destruction of Ukraine's infrastructure. It is a terrible war, so I'm really excited. And let's make the best out of today and make sure that from today onwards we get this thing to an end as soon as possible.
Und ich habe aus diesem Telefongespräch mit Präsident Trump gestern den festen Eindruck mitgenommen, dass er bereit ist, diesen Weg mit uns zu gehen, weil er weiß, dass die Europäer hier auch mit ihren eigenen Interessen gehört werden müssen.
About an hour ago, we had conversation with the United States team about possible security guarantees for Ukraine, and we are working on a framework document, and it must be strong enough to truly work. We believe this document should be approved by the United States Congress. This would mean real, solid, legally binding security guarantees for our country.
Прежде всего, президент Трамп, который, как я уже сказал, единственный из всех западных лидеров сразу после прихода в Белый дом в январе этого года стал проявлять понимание тех причин, которые сделали войну на Украине неизбежной.
The man who was once hopeful and excited for brokering peace between Russia and Ukraine today has lost all hopes. Russia has repeatedly accused Europe of fueling the fire even more by repeatedly interfering with the peace talks.
Мы настаиваем на том, чтобы был достигнут пакет договоренностей о прочном, устойчивом, долгосрочном мире с гарантиями безопасности для всех вовлеченных сторон. И наши переговоры с президентом США, с его командой, посвящены именно этому, поиску долгосрочного урегулирования для устранения первопричин этого кризиса. А вот Западная Европа, как видно из процитированного мной заявления официального представителя правительства ФРГ, думает только о том, чтобы прекратить огонь.
They are on the side of the war, even when they try to supposedly introduce some changes to Trump's proposal. We see clearly what they are doing. All these changes are aimed at only one thing, to completely block the entire peace process by putting forward demands that are absolutely unacceptable for Russia. We are not going to have a war with Europe, I've already said, but if Europe suddenly wants to wage a war with us and starts it, we are ready right away. There can be no doubt about that.
According to Russia, Europe has taken matters too far.
We need to be ready, because at the end of this first quarter of the 21st century, conflicts are no longer fought at arm's length. Conflict is at our door. Russia has brought war back to Europe, and we must be prepared for the scale of war our grandparents and great-grandparents endured. Imagine it, a conflict reaching every home, every workplace. Destruction, mass mobilization, millions displaced, widespread suffering and extreme losses.